As an actor, you cannot judge your character. Pag tinanggap mo siya, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na she's a bad person. You cannot. You just accept her.
Now, your relationship with your daughters, you want them to see you as a human mom.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
That I make mistakes. And they've seen me make so many. Thank you for bringing me here.
Thank you also for coming with us. Mahilig ka ba talaga sa bundok?
Mahilig ako sa bundok. I think more than the beach, mas at home ako sa bundok. I like the climate. I like greens. Gusto ko yung mga trails. Gusto ko
But
yan.
not everybody knows that about you, no?
Parang hindi.
Why?
They always thought I was a beach person. Although, I remember, nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, akala nila, I'm from Baguio. So, akala nila mountain maiden talaga ako. Maiden? Pero, hindi ako, lumaki ako sa Marikina.
Okay.
But I've always been drawn to the mountains. Siguro kasi the most fun, happiest years of my life were in Baguio. Tapos, the first movie I ever made or I ever participated in was in Banawe, was shot in Banawe. So,
And then you studied in
maraming
Baguio
breakthroughs.
also.
Oo, maraming breakthroughs na naganap sa akin in the mountain province, in the Cordilleras.
How did you get into this world? Was it your mom? Was it parang you trying your luck?
You know, it was a little bit of all those things. Like, God, I think, had a big hand in taking me where I should be. Kasi, yun na nga, I took up the AB Mass Communications Journalism, pero hindi naman yun ang nilandingan ko in the beginning. I was discovered as a model, got into acting, then eventually, na-practice ko yung journalism or sa F and sa Us Girls. But, you know, I felt like every time God's hand was in play, He would place me at the right place, at the right time. Somebody will see me there, and then voila. And then ako lang din siguro, I kept saying yes. Parang, okay, this is where you want me to go.
Stepping
Okay.
into it.
Yes, oo.
So in your 20 plus years in the industry, do you get times like these where you just get to go on an adventure, take some rest?
Always. Pero, I feel guilty when I go on a vacation trip. I don't know why, lalo na kung hindi ko kasama yung mga anak ko. So, buti na lang, we found this parang project to do every year. I go out with friends, so at least I'm with people I enjoy the company of, and my daughter. So, pumupunta kami dito sa mga bundok, naghanap kami ng mga schools where we can prepare children for the school year. So, papak kami ng bags na may mga school supplies, ganyan, tsinelas.
What do you call the project?
One day.
Bakit one day?
Di namin actually, we don't know. Siguro kasi we spend one day with a school, ganon, and one day.
But school children in far-flung areas.
Yeah, and then, meron kasi kami, we had a friend, si Eunice Crisostomo. She did it with her husband, 1 year. Pero they only had the black pencil. They only brought pencils to the schools and some slippers. And then they told us about it. And so, parang kami, why don't we give them a little bit more? So, from our own pockets, we bought mga school supplies. And then, why not throw in a bag para madaling ipamigay, diba? Ito yung mga pinaka mahihirap na communities. So, the children here go on foot to the schools, and sometimes they don't wear slippers. So, nung dinala namin sila ng slippers, Sabi nila, ayaw nila isuot kasi gusto nila Christmas lang daw nila isusuot. Yung gano'n ka touching and very eye-opening also for us.
Itong Pat-Pat in Gite, nung tinawagan kita, sabi ko, punta tayo ng Banawe.
Oo.
You were so excited. And then, nirecommend mo tong 2 schools na to. Why is this close to your heart?
Okay, kasi, so we try not to repeat schools para to spread the love.
Nakakabigyan.
Oo,
Yeah.
diba? But then, hindi mo maaalis na in every like place we go to, may mga bata na mapapalapit sa'yo, may schools na parang mas magiging dear sa'yo. And then, I met a student in Patpat, in parang the last years that we did one day. Pangalan niya Ben. Meron akong pamangkin who used to go with us to these adventures ng pangalan si Ben. And wala lang, siguro parang he reminded me of him and I wish I can take care of him better.
Nakwento mo rin sa akin na nung college, you took up journalism.
Yes.
But is this
Oo.
related somehow to that side of you?
Actually, guys, BS Math ang tinake ko sa UP Baguio. Kaya lang, binagsak ko ang math. Akala ko, gusto ako ng math, hindi pala. So, I had to shift.
Okay.
Kasi, if I wanted to stay in UP, I had to shift to another course. Ay, naku.
What would
Masyado
you be? Pag
akong
hindi ka nag-artista, would you be a journalist or what?
I wanted to be a broadcast journalist. Gusto ko yung mga, katulad nyo, nagre-report, on-site, ganon. Gusto ko yung mga ganon. I like chasing storms, mga ganyan.
Parang what would you say you get from those trips? I mean, kasi you spent a long time on TV doing, taking on the different roles of other people. Pero ito, parang in another life, parang what would you like to explore?
I always ask myself if I can live in places like these. Sabi ko nga, kung may purpose ako in a community like this, like for example, si Coach San or si Manong San, di ba? He came back also because he comes from here. He came back kasi may purpose siya. So, kung may ganun akong purpose, I think I could. Pero, sabi ko nga, mas madali ko yata ma-assimilate yung sarili ko sa community like Sagada. And you haven't been there, but we're going, yay! Kasi I think it's a more intimate, more quaint town where it's easier to get to know the people and feeling mo, it's easier to belong. In Sagada, feeling ko I can live there. Meron doon isang pottery studio. It's something that I think I can learn and parang ganon.
You're more of an introvert, no?
Yeah.
Can you stay quiet for a long time?
No.
No?
Hindi, I can stay quiet, but I also like listening to people and being with friends. I enjoy that very much. For an introvert, I cannot put up with myself.
Talaga?
Oo. If it's a shared experience,
Oo.
then it's more real. Parang mas gusto ko na may sounding board ako.
May kausap,
May kausap.
somebody to connect with.
Yeah,
You're very
yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
person. And there are other projects that you'd like to do?
Of course, ang daming mga bagay that go in your mind, di ba? Pagka gusto mo to go beyond what you've been doing already. Like, I'm inspired by female actresses in Hollywood or even here who produce their own movies about women, empowering women, or just empowering people in general. Parang I wish it were easier to do that here, that
To produce your own content.
to produce our own
Movie.
content na tatanggapin ng at
Mass.
aakapin ng mga
Masses.
tao. I really loved working with the young directors, yung mga student directors back then, mga film students, kasi iba yung energy nila, yung passion nila. So, I like, masarap siyang mas i-fire up pa sila
what's important for you that people see in your work? I mean, kinakausap ko sa mga staff ko, sabi nila, ang galing-galing mo raw sa ang probinsyano. Tapos, di ba, pag nakikita ka ng mga tao dito, pag pumunta ka sa mga probinsya, they recognize you as your role. Para ano yung mahalaga sa'yo na hindi mawawala sa lahat ng roles that you play in whatever movie or teleserye there is?
Don't just play the protagonist or the hero or like I was lucky to play General Olegario, who was a very principled woman, and she really fought for her country. She loved her country. She loved her. She stood by the people who had the same principles and ideologies as she had. So, yun, I was lucky to do that. But being an actress, I also play the antagonist.
Oo,
So, and I was told by Ina Fileo, sabi niya, I attended one of her workshops and she said, as an actor, you cannot judge your character. Pag tinanggap mo siya, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, she's a bad person. You cannot. You just accept her and you play her to the most honest, the most honest way you can.
Nakita ko sa isang interview, you said, now, your relationship with your daughters, you want them to see you as a human mom.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
That I make mistakes. And they've seen me make so many. Nakakahiya.
In terms of what? Which
Oh,
exactly?
Sometimes you choose the wrong people, you make just wrong choices. It's just, you can't always be the wise person.
Because
because
some moms, they try to be the strong one.
yeah, only because you're older, you've lived more years than them, you're the stronger, wiser one. No. And it empowers them to know that you need them for wisdom and for a different perspective and for
So sila din,
strength.
so sila din mismo, they're parang sila yung naging mom in that sense.
Oh yeah.
Talaga?
Many instances. Oh.
Oh.
I run to them. I remember my firstborn, nung pinanganak kasi siya, her dad, my husband back then, was away. He was in the States. So kami lang dalawa talaga. So I told her na you will be my best friend. I will not keep any secrets from you. And I hope that you never do also. And parang we've kept that promise to each other. So yun. I made that promise to my children that I will be a friend and then a mom.
Your second daughter just graduated,
Yes.
How meaningful was that for you?
Sobra. Kasi it was siya talagang from the very start, magkahawak kami ng kamay through that journey. Oh my God, baka naiyak ako. She held my hand, I held her hand. Kasi I wasn't sure how far she would go, but she did. I mean, she was actually the one who took me there. I just, made sure na may kasama siya, but she was the one who really made it to the finish line.
Saan kayo pinaka nabibilib sa kanya?
She did not give up. This is what I mean by being a human mother, na I had to be the one to empower her, but she had her own power, and there were times na I doubted that strength and that power, but she would always prove me wrong. So,
Palaban din yung mga anak mo.
sobra. Both of them. They each have their own personality. And they're much better people than me. And as a mom, I think that's an achievement.
Pangarap mo para sa kids mo?
Si Iana, I see how she has already spread her wings, and she's flying on her own. And I'm so proud to see her soar. And I wish that she would go far, like really beyond her comfort zone. You know, I want her to travel more. I want her to meet more people. But and with Thea naman, I want her I want her to know that she can survive on her own. And she will. I know she will. But yon, but right now, yun na nga, hawak kamay pa kami. But eventually, I know she will let go and live her own life.
When I see you, you're a little bit more low-key compared to others. And I think that takes an emotional strength to be just calm about where you are.
Kala mo lang yun.
Yeah, yun yung tatanungin ko yun. Do you get anxious also about...
Oh, very
because
much.
showbiz life is so volatile.
Very much. I've been acting for so many years, pero every time, feeling ko ang hirap ng roles ko. Every time, every role that I get is a challenge for me. Kahit na close to home yung role ko, na ano, it's hard to cry, it's hard to be angry, it's hard to summon all those emotions and make it the right timpla for the right moment for that character, you know.
Tuwan-tuwa ako sa journey mo because you're one of the women I look up to. That's why I invited you here. Because I cannot forget when we went out to do public service for TV Patrol. I was so surprised by how in touch you were with the kids. Yung mga batang pinuntahan natin, binisita natin, parang isa-isa mo silang nilapitan, isa-isa mo silang niyakap, pinalikan. Para ako, ikaw ba yan? Si Angel Aquino ba talaga yan? Napaka-humble naman. Saka parang as a young girl, seeing that left an indelible mark in my brain. And it's one of the reasons why I try to be the same way.
Oh,
I just wanted to tell you
that's
that.
nice.
No, but yeah, I'm amazed with your career and how low key you are and just good at your job, good at what you do. You don't have to shout for you to be seen and for you to be.
Oh, I am thankful for where I am and what I have na eh. So, yes, I've always been that way. Buti na lang na God's been really kind, life's been really kind, the universe has been really generous. So, kahit hindi ako humingi, binibigay. So, I'm just really thankful. That's probably also why I'm that way with the kids. Kasi I was there before, you know. I would just look at people. Natatandaan ko in Marikina, nakita namin si Dindo Fernando from afar and like, I wonder how it feels like to be a celebrity. And I was just one of the taong nakatira doon. I was just looking at him and I never really imagined I'd be in that. Being there, I know what it would mean to those people to actually touch them and make them feel that you're there, you're really there, and you're not just passing through, that you're there.
That you're seen.
That they're not just seeing you, they're feeling and
Presence.
experiencing.
What else would you like to accomplish as a woman, as a mom, you know, in different aspects in your life, as a mom, as an actress, as a human being, as a woman?
I really wish I can do more groundwork, like what you do, diba? In your show now, yung Woman in Action. I wanna be able to reach more people and make a difference in more people's lives. Kasi, iba yun, like now, you're telling me, when you saw that, it left an indelible mark, diba? Parang, imagine if you multiply that 1,000 times, a million, or a million minds and people. Imagine how that would feel and the kind of impact that that would make. So sana tayo with the same purpose and objective, sana mas dumami tayo and mas marami tayong mahawa and mahawakan, gano'n. Kasi I think that will make this world a better place for future generation. Kasi nakakatakot because
More humane, more accepting.
more may accountability. That's so important. I want, parang sana mas maturuan natin yung mga tao to have accountability. Kasi katulad nga nung kanta na ninuno, minana natin to. Tapos ito ba rin yung ipapamana natin sa future generations, water that they can't drink anymore, and less trees and polluted air. Parang yun ba? And nakakatakot lakaran ng mga lugar. Parang gusto ba natin yun? Di ba ayaw natin yun? Kasi when I was younger, it was easier to walk the streets. It was safer to walk the streets. But now, nakakatakot. Parang it doesn't make you feel good.
At napakaganda ng Pilipinas.
Oo. So,
Ito
sana
naman.
mas maraming ganito yung maiwan natin sa mga future na kabataan.
Yayayain kita sa mga adventures. Sa future adventures ba?
Kaya, kasi tayo lang yung makaka-ensure ng mas magandang mundo.
Oh, I love that word, accountability.
Oo.
I love that word. It's more than responsibility, accountability. Parang we don't hear that a lot, diba? Another word that I love, boundaries.
Yes.
Parang sa women, diba? Parang wala masyado nagtuturo nun.
Oo.
I had to learn that on my own. Like saying no,
Yes.
saying I can only do up until this, or you can only treat me until this, di ba? Parang yung naalala ko lang,
Kailangan, oo.
bilang mga babae, mahalaga yun.
Yes. So, education is key. Sana tayo bilang mga babae and ako being a parent, it's important that you communicate these things to more people. Definition of terms is very important. Being empowered doesn't mean you can take on anything, everything. Meron, sabi mo nga, may boundaries. So, being empowered also means you have to say no to things that you cannot allow. Kumbaga, being empowered also means setting boundaries. Diba? Yung mga ganon.
Is it easy for you to say no? Or did it also take you
No,
time?
my God!
Talaga?
Tuto ako eh. Kaya ito, mga bagay na to, I also had to learn
Talaga?
on my own. So, and until now, I'm learning. I'm learning with you, I'm learning with my daughters, with other women, and other people.
Last question. What's real strength for you?
Yun, accountability. Kasi, it's so easy to just keep moving forward, di ba? It's so easy to power through. Pero, strength is also owning up to what you leave behind, the trail that you leave behind, being accountable for, did you step on other people along the way?
The good and the bad.
Oo, lahat yun. You have to take accountability for it. So yun. So, me more than, I think kasama ng strength, kailangan may courage. And that for me is courage. It's standing
Greater.
up for who you are, what you've done, and whether you've done good or bad, is in owning up to it. That's both strength and courage. And courage is something that I'm still building, and I always pray for. Gusto ko yung Cinderella na the live Cinderella with Kate Blanchett. I remember the mom, that was what she told her daughter. Be kind and have courage.
Aww.
And those are the only things that you need to have in this world. So many things to learn in this life.
Sasama ka na namin. Sama ka na namin sa mga
Sama
adventure.
ko lagi.
Oo. Courage, di ba?